Hello, I am going to show you now a software tool that you've probably never seen before for stock screening Canadian and US stocks. Yet this company has been around for over 15 years. And they've got some amazing stuff. And this is their webpage, Chartsmart. And you can take the video tour, which I'm going to start here, which shows you some samples of various videos that are done, but I'm going to show you a video so you can quickly see how it will do stock screening. And just before I leave this page, you can visit it, take a 30-day free trial anytime. So bringing up the Chartsmart chart, I've installed it on my computer. We're looking at a Microsoft chart, and simply to look at any other one, I click the next button, type in the symbol, and there you go. Pretty basic and simple. Remember, this operates on your PC. It doesn't operate on the web other than you being able to download your updates, and that way you keep your information private. So what I'm going to do is quickly run a screen so you can see how neat this thing is. So I'll go to the filter menu, and you can make as many filter sets as you want, and as the stocks change every day you can rerun your sets and you'll get different stocks. But I'm going to make a new filter set, and we're just going to call it a sample filter set, and I've added it. And basically then we have to decide what criteria we want to screen on. So we've got the name of our set, and this big basket here is empty, and we need to fill it with apples, and the apples are over here, and these are our criteria. And there are a number of criteria that are included with Chartsmart, and you can also actually make your own formulas, which is really neat, and I'm going to show you a quick example at the end how you can do that. But basically, let's do a simple screen. We're going to choose New York and NASDAQ, and I'm going to select under the price tab. You can see the multitude of different ways you can screen: the percent price change in 50 days, the daily volatility, and so on. But all we're going to do is just screen, and we're going to say we want stocks that are trading within 25% of their year low. So there we go, the 52-week low. Now we can also screen not only on technicals, these basic ones like volume, price, and sectors, and so on. And of course we can screen on all kinds of indicators like moving average crossovers, find all the stocks that match them. We can look at Bollinger Band crossovers, MACD crossovers. But right now I'm just going to go to the fundamentals tab, and under the fundamentals we've got all kinds of things in here: revenue growth, dividend growth, shares issued, short interest. I'm just going to go down a bit so you can see all the different financial ratios you can screen on, balance sheet items such as cash and receivables. And I'm even going to go back here now to show you this little feature in Chartsmart. If we were to say we wanted to look at stocks over a certain price, say $10, we can actually display a distribution chart for the exchanges we're looking at. For example, we're looking at New York and NASDAQ, and this tells us that 90% of the companies are between 6 cents and $70. Now this helps when you're looking at different ratios and different items you might want to screen on, because you know the range for each item. For example, what is the average range on certain exchanges for the current ratio or the dividends or so on. Anyway, not to diverge, I'm going to take that one off. Let's go back to the fundamentals tab, and I'm simply going to specify that I want to find companies where their PE ratio is less than 20, and I want to look for companies that pay good dividends, say over 3%, and in addition I want them to have had their revenue grow in the last 3 years in a row. So there we go, and you can see we're populating our little criteria, our baskets filling up on the left, and you can put a virtually unlimited number of items in here. So let's run our screen. Let's just remind ourselves what we've done. New York and NASDAQ, the price is near their year low, P ratio under 20. We've got the dividend here under 3. It should be over, so we're just going to switch that. Say greater than 3. And we've got the revenue up in 3 years. So let's run the filtered list. This takes like 3 seconds. We've got 31 stocks out of 12,000 companies. We'll simply go to the charts now. We'll click on group, which means we're going to scroll through them. So we go through the first one, and there we go. First of all, you can see, I'll just draw about a year back. It's trading within 25% of its year low. It's on New York. Let's look at the PE ratio over here. It's under 15. I believe that's what we specified. And the dividend yield is over 3. And what's really cool in Chartsmart is these fundamentals lines in the bottom. And these represent various fundamentals that you can screen on. And the black line, as you can see, is operating revenue. And remember, we specified 3 years in a row we want growth. 1, 2, 3. And there we see the growth in the revenue. You can see the magenta line here is the PE ratio. You can see the yellow line is cash, and that the cash has been declining. And you can see the dividend had a little blip up here, and it's still holding well. Let's look at another chart. And we'll scroll through a few more. So as we go through, what we can do is we can make a watch list. And I'm going to make a new watch list, and I'm going to call it Stocks I Like. So there's our empty watch list, and if I like this chart I'm looking at, I simply go add the displayed chart. I close here, and this is the way I'm saving my list. And you can see on this one, there's the revenue growth, the black line. It's just been inching up a bit. Let's check the dividend. Yes, over 3%. The PE ratio is really low, and you can see that the dividend had a bit of a drop here. And what I can do is click this button over here, or the fundamentals button, and there we can get a good summary of everything that's going on. And remember, we said the dividend had an increase there. You can see just here. Well, that's right here. You can see that the dividend was 0, and then it had a 41-cent dividend, and then it was 15, and that's what that changes. So you can actually see the trend on these lines in the real numbers here in this this menu. So we're going to go forward to another one. And one more. And I'll tell you another neat thing in Chartsmart is it now integrates with the internet. So we're looking at this chart here, and I can right click on this internet icon, and it'll actually bring me up to the internet with all kinds of information, financials, intraday charts, long-term charts. For example, if I click on a long-term chart for this company, I can see a chart back to 2006 on Yahoo, and I could, for example, get the financials and simply go here, and there they are. And I'll close this, and I'm back to the main menu of Chartsmart. So we've got a great screening tool, a great management tool, and just amazing features. I haven't touched on them, but I just wanted to show you how you can simply run your screens and how this basic concept of this thing works. You should probably go to the site if you like and take the 30-day trial, and there's no obligation. You don't need to give your email or anything. So if I want to look at these stocks now, I simply click View Charts, and I put them on my filtered list, and I can scroll through them. So I wanted to show you that other feature just to show you how sophisticated this software can be. And you may not be familiar with an RSI, but here's another filter set I made, and it's basically New York and NASDAQ. But I've said increasing RSI and over 60. So let's look at the formula that's been created. And this shows the idea that you can create your own formulas. What we said is we want the 14-day RSI to be over 60. We want it 5 days ago to be under 50, and 10 days ago to be under 50. So we're actually specifying the trend in an indicator, and this you won't find in any software at all. We're allowing ourselves to screen on the trend of an indicator, and you can do it for about 10 or 12 indicators that are included in Chartsmart. Let's run this screen and see what we get. So here we go. We've got 39 companies. I'm going to go back to the filter menu and begin scrolling. Now this doesn't tell us much, but what happens if I turn on the RSI? I'll go to daily chart, and I've turned it on. This is a 14-day RSI line. Okay, and there you can see right here that this is 20, 40, 60, 80, and 100. You can see right here it's over 60, and 5 days ago it was under 50, as it was 10 days ago, which is what our screen specified. So I can go forward and you can see the increasing trend. And you, of course, can adjust these variables any way you want. So it's pretty much limited to your imagination what you can do. So this is a really, really cool software tool. It's something you might want to try out. It's free to try. Thanks very much.